We're here at the Imperial's Memorial Garden Cemetery, located south of Spreckles Sugar Factory on Highway 86 and a few miles north of Imperial. The cemetery is the final resting place for military veterans, impoverished citizens, and the Imperial Valley pioneers. It's probably most known where 10-year-old Brenda Sue Sayers was laid to rest after her kidnapping and murder. Rich, poor, famous or not, all well-loved citizens. The cemetery has seen worse days, but the upkeep from local volunteers is noticeable, but still cries for help for dependable irrigation water. Local attorney Stephen Hunt said there's no water availability on the multi-acre plot, and volunteers have been trucking in water. However, Hunt said at one time the cemetery was served from an existing IID lateral. Currently, the pipe is surrounded by overgrown grasses that clog the pipe. Hans believes once the pipe is cleared or unclogged, water will flow toward another pipe within the cemetery property, where a cistern is located, which you can see behind me here. With this cistern, water can be drawn to irrigate plants in the cemetery.
I'm Steve Hans. I'm a local attorney. I've lived here for about 20 years. The problem is they don't have access to water. There's no water, and no matter how much people want to help, they're never going to be able to put that cemetery in the order that it should be in without water, obvious as can be. So I started to research the issue, and there's a standpipe there, and there's a big reservoir there, and it was obvious that at one time there had been water there. There were remnants of a sprinkler system. So I started to research the issue, and I found that there's a IID water main that runs right up to the cemetery, and that's where it terminates, but it's been capped off. All we need to do is get that pipe open. People want to talk about working on the cemetery, planting plants, doing all kinds of things. None of that's going to work unless we have water. And the thing that's a tragedy about it is it's so close. 90% of it's done. All the infrastructure is there to provide water there. There's a possibility of getting abundant water there at a low cost. All we need to do is get that pipe open. What I decided to do, because there was interest, is to establish a nonprofit foundation. What we're missing is we don't have the authority to speak. So we're having a meeting out at the cemetery. It's this Saturday, and I want to see what the interest is.
He said past efforts have failed because there was no water, but if you take enthusiastic volunteers and add access to water, miracles are possible.